Welcome back to City Scene. We are in the Uptown Shopping and Dining District, having a great time talking about some good things going on in the city. Let's find ourselves in good company with Bianca Schoenman, our director of Uptown. How are you?
Hey, Steve. Always a pleasure.
Good to have you here. Good to be out here with you. Casey Verberg from our Office of Economic Development. I usually talk to Carl. It's nice to have you on the show instead.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Well, what's going on in economic development right now?
Well, we've got a lot of things going on right now. We've got a lot of companies looking at moving to the area, expanding in the area, and looking to move uptown, which is great for us.
That's awesome. We'd love to have that. And speaking of the Uptown, we're here for a really good competition, right?
Yes, we are. We've got the Uptown Retail Challenge, which is an awesome opportunity.
Is that like where they get to throw mud at each other and you have wrestling tournaments and things like that?
Not
A big
quite.
challenge? No?
No. There will be no mudslinging at the Uptown Retail Challenge. As a matter of fact,
Dodgeball?
Dodgeball? No.
Cornhole tournament? Something like that?
Maybe a little Shark Tank when you get judged.
Okay.
Right? Sit down in front of a panel of experts. If your business is selected for the final round, sort of Shark Tank environment. But other than that, it's all above board and no one will leave the room dirty.
We like that.
Yeah.
So what exactly is the Uptown Retail Challenge? Uptown Retail Challenge.
It's kind of a tongue twister, isn't
It
it?
is.
Yeah. So the Uptown Retail Challenge is a phenomenal opportunity to re-see the Uptown District and expand the retail endeavors here in our center city. It offers about $15,000 in rental assistance and utility programming and marketing to one business that wants to either move or relocate within the Uptown District.
Now, have you found a location that you're going to put them in, or you still want to? There's a few opportunities where people can move into the Uptown. Do they get to choose where they'd want to go, or do you have the place already picked out?
Yes, they get to choose where they want to go.
And there are some good spots
There
around
are
here.
great spots around.
Have you guys had some feedback so far? What's it been like?
Yeah, we've had a lot of people really interested in it. You know, we've hit up the umbrella market, some of the chamber events as well, to kind of pass out the information and get the word out. PCC, the SBTDC, and all our partners have been really good on getting the word out too, handing out our little Uptown Retail Challenge bags and getting people interested in it.
That's outstanding. Are you looking for new businesses or established businesses who want to just grow here in the Uptown?
That is a great question. So
Thank you.
anybody can apply for the Uptown Retail Challenge. Ding, ding, ding. Anybody. So you
Okay.
can be a new or an existing business. You can also be existing within the Uptown District and just looking to expand by way of this incentive.
Okay, now I know there's a time limit here because it's a challenge,
Yes.
so all challenges have to have an end game here. So when does everything have to be turned in, and what's the process? Tell me about that.
The process is very, very simple. We have a 2-page application that our office developed in conjunction with the Office of Economic Development. You can get that information at info@uptowngreenville.com and submit it by June 30th to be considered.
Okay, that sounds good. Now for new businesses, I know we've got great programs in place to help businesses grow. So this separate from the Uptown Retail Challenge, tell me about the Small Business Plan competition.
So we've got the Small Business Plan competition. We do it twice a year, so the next deadline is July 1, so it coincides quite nicely with Bianca's program. And it offers up to $30,000 to a business kind of along the same lines, looking to relocate or expand in the Uptown/West Greenville area. So that's kind of down the Dickinson Avenue corridor. And so it's pretty much, you can be in any kind of field, any kind of business, any kind of avenue. We're just looking to bring more businesses in and kind of populate the area.
And the business plan is key for the business plan
Yes.
competition. And if folks don't have any experience doing that, you've got partners to help them out.
We sure do. Like I mentioned earlier, our partners at PCC and the SBTDC.
That's the Small Business Technology
Development Center.
Oh, that's at the Willis Building, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're located in Uptown too, which is great. They'll help anybody write a business plan, get you through that. We do require that you take a couple of those how to start a business classes, how to do financing, just so they understand kind of what they're getting into if they're new to the small business world. It can be a little daunting. So we ask that they take 3 of those classes. They're absolutely free though, so there's no monetary commitment there. And then they write their small business plan and they turn it into us, and then we go through it with our peers, and we have a review process, and then they'll either get approved or we try again next time.
Give them some feedback on what they can do better, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. We've got 3 people who sit on our committee. They've either owned small businesses, they've worked at ECU in small business, and they give a lot of great feedback on financials, how to get going, and most of the time, sometimes they're interested in becoming investors down the road or things like that.
That's great. Okay, now how do people get into the small business plan competition?
So we've got it on the Greenville website, the City of Greenville website, so you can just go to there, or you can call me directly, and my number is 329-4111, and I can pass along that information, and I'd love to meet with anybody who's interested in it.
Okay, and real quick, once again, how do people get into the Uptown Retail Challenge?
It's super easy. You can go to uptowngreenville.com or call 252-561-8400.